A Montgomery man and woman have been arrested for alleged child abuse and unlawful imprisonment. The alleged crime happened November 22nd on Hallwood Drive. 35-year-old Jonathan Norman was taken into custody yesterday. 30-year-old Courtney Stanton was arrested on child abuse charges as well. According to the court records, the incident happened on a Saturday. We can tell you that Norman tonight has been released on bond.
I came on here to give the story time because I see a lot of people exit. On Friday evening, I went to my dad's house to get some clothes because I was staying with my dad.
She crying?
Like, at the moment or whatever like that. I was staying with my dad. I had to go get me some clothes because I was going to my granddad's house. So I got my clothes, whatever like that. And later that night, my dad called me, asked me did I have some money. I told him no because I didn't have no money. He called me again, asked me again. I told him no. Then he called me again, was like, he on the way. And the girlfriend, Courtney, she called me, and she was questioning me about the money, whatever like that. I told her that I didn't get the money. He claimed that the money was on the bed inside of his room. When I went to the house earlier that day, I never went inside of the room. I didn't even wake him up. He claimed that the money was in the room inside of his pockets or like on the bed or whatever like that. I was asking Courtney, why would I take the money? What would I do with the money? And she was like, it's a lot you can do with $2,500. I was like, and then she was like, she get up and go to work. She work for her money. She don't have to steal no money. Fast forward, he came and he picked me up. Wait, no, he came and I told him to like search my stuff. And I had a Walmart bag. He was like, the money was inside of the Walmart bag because Courtney had camera. She pulled up the camera footage from earlier that day. I wish I had the picture, but it's in my old phone and I don't know my iCloud. But she claimed that I had the money inside. They claimed that I had the money inside of the bag. And I kept telling them that I did not have the money. He still was not believing me. And he was like, come on, let's go. When we got outside of my granddad's house, he hit me in my face. He started pulling me by my hair. Cause when he kind of fell to the ground, he started pulling me. Cause I had a ponytail, he started pulling my hair. He told me to get in the car. So I got in the car. On the way, Courtney was still on the phone at this time. She kept asking me where his money at and stuff like that. I kept telling both of them that I did not have the money. We on the way to Courtney's house. I hung up the phone on her because me and my dad, we in the car. I was crying because why is y'all accusing me of stealing this much money? I'm not a slow person. If I was to take the money, I would not take the whole $2,500. That is crazy. If I did take it, I would have took a couple of bills. But the whole thing, that's crazy. But I was talking to him. I was like, why would I steal money from you? Why would I even steal that much money from you? He was like, I don't know, you tell me. And he also said, since you want to steal from me, treat you like it on the street. And I'm still crying. I'm like, why would I steal? And the crazy thing about it is I was asking him for money, because Thanksgiving stuff was coming up and I wanted to get my nails and stuff done. And I was asking him for money. So why would I be asking you for money if I'm stealing money from you? I don't know. Then we got to Courtney's house. I went inside of the room that I was staying in at the house, and that's when he started hitting me in my face even more. He kept questioning me about the money. He was putting his hand in my face and stuff like that. He was threatening me, saying stuff like, I'm gonna put you in a hospital tonight. He was like, I'm gonna make your face unrecognizable, stuff like that. Mind y'all, this is supposed to be my dad. Me and my dad, we did not have no bad relationship at all. Me and my dad had a great relationship, and everybody around us knew that. So once this happened, I knew it was over with. I would never speak to him again. This is when he asked Courtney for the sock. He put it inside of my mouth. He wrapped the shoestring around my mouth and tied it to keep the sock from coming out of my mouth. He turned me around. He took his shoe off his foot. He took the shoestring out of his shoe. He tied my hands behind my back. That's when he got the the dryer cord out of the box. It was right there by my room. He got it out of the box. He started hitting me with it. I couldn't talk because the sock was in my mouth. I kept telling him what I couldn't really talk, so I couldn't tell him nothing. And he was like, so you don't know where the money is? You don't know where the money is? He hit me again. Then that's when he took the dryer cord.
You treating your daughter like a hostage is absolutely insane, bro.
And he folded it like a belt. He folded it and he hit me with it again. And he was swinging it so hard. So that's why I'm like, I don't know how I didn't have no bruises like as bad as I did, but that's probably good. And he was still threatening me. He was tapping the cord on my face. It was like, next I'm gonna hit you in your face with it and stuff like that. I was literally in shock because I would never think my dad would do something like this to me. I wouldn't even think somebody off the streets would do something to me like this. I don't know. But then that's when he took me outside the room. Y'all, Courtney, she seen me tied up in the socket side of my mouth. And I remember, I don't know if she was on the phone or what, but I remember her saying, Lord, this girl done took this man money, now he going crazy. And like, she seen him take me outside and she just seen him put me inside the shit. But she seen me tied up and stuff. He took me outside, he put me inside of a chair. A shed. I sat down inside of the chair that was in there. He was like, no, you can't sit in no chair. He took the chair and I sat on the floor. And he was questioning me again. And I was like, I didn't have no much. I spit the sock out my mouth and because I couldn't breathe. And I told him I couldn't breathe either. He was like, I don't give a F about that. And he was still questioning me about the money. I kept telling him I didn't have him. And he asked me for my passcode to my phone. I guess it was like trying to go through my phone.
This is really weird because she's saying that they had a great relationship up until this point. You would have thought that there would have been abuse before this. But obviously this man is crazy about his money and he puts money above all, which is absolutely insane.
But see, if I told somebody that I had some money or something like that, I guess he didn't find them. And then he closed the door. He put the chair under the doorknob. I guess I wouldn't be able to get out. I'm still tied up. Like, the shoestring was so tight around my... Like, look at my arms. My arms is small. It was like... He left me in there for like 10, 15 minutes. I'm still in shock. I'm like... One thing, he came back. He brought me back inside of the house. And he took me inside of the room again. He was still asking me about the money. He was like, you don't got the money? He asked Courtney for some scissors. Courtney bought the scissors. I thought he was gonna cut my hair off my head. He cut the shirt off of my body. I had on a sweatshirt. He cut it off with me. And he proceeded to hit me with the dryer cord, and he was pushing me to the wall and stuff like that. Like, I'm talking about my head was like literally like on the wall. He was pushing me and stuff. And I forgot to say, when he cut the shirt off me, y'all, Courtney looked me in my eyes, smiled, and walked away. I swear to God. He was still threatening me, saying like he gonna hurt me really bad. And that's why I told him to like let me go search around the house to see can I find the money.
Let me go, bitch.
He was like, where you gonna look at what we didn't already look? Like, my hands are still tied up, so I couldn't really do as much. I couldn't really look around or whatever. Him and Courtney, they were standing right there. I was like, I kept asking, why would I take the money? Courtney was like, she said something. She was like, I forgot. This way, he was like, come on. He took me outside the room. He still had the dryer cord. He hit me across my back with the dryer cord. And he took me back inside the room. I was like, can you just take me to my granddad's house? He was like, is there a reason we're going to your granddad's house? I said, yes. I'm thinking in survival mode because who knows what had happened to me if I didn't take him to my granddad's house. I forgot to mention the girlfriend was like knocking on the door, telling him to open the door because he locked her outside the door. And she was knocking on the door and she was like, open the door, I'm gonna call the police so I can bring charges on her because she stole the money or whatever like that. My dad was like, no, this is money, I got this. I gotta do a part. Okay, this is part. Anywho, So I had told him to take me to my granddad's house, and he asked Courtney. He was like, "Hey, Courtney, where my pew at?" And that's when, okay, so we was finna get ready to go. Courtney was like, "No," and he was like, "I'm not finna use it." And then, so we was standing inside the living room. He took the pew out of his head. I don't know if I put like the way I put it in the third time, and I said the clip, but he took the butt of the gun and he started tapping it on my forehead, and he was like, "You know, if we go back to your granddad's house, you get other people involved." And I was like, "Can you just take me to my granddad's house?" I never once told them that the money was in my granddad's house. I just told them to take me back so I could, like, you know, get some help or something, because if, like, he was trying to call my mama and stuff, but my mama was asleep. This was like at this time, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. My mama was asleep because she had work the next day. If I would not have told him to take me back to my granddad's house, who knows what could have happened. So we was gonna get ready to go to my granddad's house. We getting it. I'm still tied up. Shirt still cut off. We was gonna get ready to go back to my granddad's house. So I'm getting in the car. Courtney kept asking me, so you did have a money. She kept just saying that, and I was ignoring her because, and then my dad was like, "So you don't hear Courtney talking to you?" And I said, "Yes." And okay, so fast forward. We got to my granddad's house. Y'all, the car ride, I didn't say nothing to him at all. I didn't say nothing because...
Why would you?
I have no words for you no more. Like, at all. So, that's where we got to my... And when the first time he picked me up, only my sister was up. My sister just turned 12. She just turned 12. Only she was up, like, when he first came. But when I got back, everybody was up. I got a set of twins. I got a brother. And I got a sister. And my cousin was also there too. They all was up. And I also seen a lot of people's like where her mama was there, why they at the why we can't be at our granddad's house. Okay, anywho. But they see me like my face was messed up, hands tied up, and stuff like that. I seen people saying why the family ain't do nothing. My granddad was in the back room asleep. He was asleep. My siblings did not know what was going on. My cousin didn't know what was going on. And I know for a fact that they were scared. So I was telling, I was like, you know, trying to stall. It was like, my hands still tied up. I was like, where the money at? Get the money and stuff like that. And I was telling them to go through their stuff, like go through their book bags and stuff. I wasn't trying to get them into it, but like,
you had no choice.
You know, just, you know, trying to, you know. I went inside my cousin room, I tried to search, like, everywhere I was going, he was following me. I went inside my granddad's room. The first time my granddad is, he's like 70-something, or his late 60s. I tried to get him up, but he wouldn't get up, so we walked from outside his room. Then he took me outside. He was questioning me again, and I was asking him, I was like, why you think I stole the money? I was like, do you think Courtney stole the money? I was asking him stuff like that. He was like, no, because Courtney worked from like 3 to 12. He found out I don't know when he found out the money was missing. I think he found out when Courtney was at the house, because she was at the house, you know, around that time. And my thing is, if you had that much money laid out, how you just figuring out it's missing? Cause he said he got it for like, I don't know. But how you just not find out you got that much money missing? Then he was gonna make me leave for him again. I was like, no, let me go look inside again. That's when I went back inside my granddad's room, and my granddad had woke up because I turned the light on. He woke up and he asked my dad what was like going on. He was like, she stole some money from my house, and she said that it's over here or whatever like that. And then he realized that I was like, that I was not gonna have the money. So he started pulling me. He was like, come on, let's go. And that's when I started screaming. And my sister, my 11-year-old sister, she started screaming as well. And she was crying. And I was crying too. So I guess he was like, I don't know. And he was like, don't worry about it. You don't have to give me the money, all your clothes and stuff. I'm going to put them in the trash. He still had my phone. I told y'all he had took my phone. He still had my phone. and he went outside. He broke my phone. He came back inside. And he was like, here go your phone. Oh, and he also said, don't contact me. Don't ever contact me. Don't come back around me. He was saying stuff like that. And
Don't worry about it. Easy.
Then when he left, I screamed to my cousin and my granddad to call the police. They called the police. They get out there. The police get out there. They was like, my injuries wasn't severe enough for them to go pick him up. They said we had to go to sign a warrant the next morning and stuff like that. When we went to go sign a warrant, they wouldn't let us sign a warrant. They said we had to go to downtown and try to talk to some detectives and all this more stuff. And that was finna charge him with 3rd-degree domestic violence. Yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, and also, he texted my mama. He was like, hold on, I can put the messages up. Y'all can stop and read it, but this is what he had texted my mama. Like, these are...
Okay, so this is what he texted his baby moms, which is her mom. Your daughter stole $2,500 out my house. I tried to beat it out of her. Wow. Wow. But don't ever bring her back to my house. I loaded all her things up and took it to a dumpster. She ain't take it. Send me Jeremiah's number. Can you send the number, bruh? Can you tell her to call me, please? I'm so sorry. I need to talk to her. Damn, y'all signed a warrant on me? Damn, I know I messed up, but damn. But for what it's worth, tell my baby I'm sorry. Get the fuck out of here. This nigga's psycho, bruh. I'm sorry, I know I messed up. I'm wrong as fuck. Ain't making no excuses or expectations, but I'm sorry for the bottom of my heart. I love my baby girl. I wish I could take all of this back. Was you on fucking drugs, my nigga? Because that's the only explanation. That's crazy.
He has been...
Hell nah, nigga.
Y'all, he did all that just for me not to have...
I hope the daughter stood 10 toes down on not speaking to him ever again. Because that's crazy.
Texting my mama. Y'all, he did all that just for me not to have the money. Like, that's crazy. And I asked, like, at first I wasn't going to say nothing to him, but then I wanted to hear what he had to say. I asked him what the money was. Y'all, he said she either 4 or 5. I think she's 5. 4, I don't know. But he said she was laying on top of the money. My sister is 4 years old. She was laying on top of $2,500. Which sounds so crazy because how I was... Yeah, and she was laying on the same bed as them. Like, she was inside of his bedroom. My thing is how all of a sudden I get beat on, faced all this up, the money appear.
And I hate to say this, but this needed to happen so his true character and his true colors could show, so she could stop fucking with him and not trust him. Because later down the line, he might have killed your ass. So this is actually, I don't want to say a good thing, because it's definitely a horrible thing that happened. But God wanted you to show, or God wanted to show you his true colors. So you don't trust this nigga again. And I hope she don't. Because that's crazy. I know that's your pops, but my nigga, he treated you like you was just somebody random off the fucking streets. These type of stories always make me super grateful for my parents. No, my parents were not perfect by any means, but there are no perfect parents out here. And if I was a parent, I would definitely not be a perfect parent either. But I would definitely not end up like none of these motherfuckers that I be reacting to. Okay? And I just be thinking about my childhood, and nobody's childhood is the best or perfect, but it was nowhere near some of the shit that I be seeing and reacting to, man.
And when he took me back to my granddad's house, Courtney was still at the house. She was still at the house. But now all of a sudden,
she evil too.
He do all this to me.
Evil.
The money up here. That sounds very crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. That sounds really crazy that he found the $2,500 underneath the 4-year-old. Oh, girl, what's her name? Courtney probably had it. Let me know, what is your hypothesis on this situation right here? What is your conclusion? What conclusion do you come to right now?
He been like trying to say apologize and stuff like that. And like I have no words. Let me show y'all what I sent him. This is what I sent him.
I'm not gonna give up on us. You're my firstborn. I love you with all my heart. Bitch, fuck you, my nigga. What? Are you crazy after all of that? No, you don't love me. Absolutely not. The way you was treating me and talking to me, I really don't even care to talk to you. Facts. I don't know what this says. Purporting to be a woman, facts. A grown woman at that. And to let that happen to a child is absolutely insane. Purporting to be a woman and let that happen, she is very weird. In fact, very evil is what it is. It's not weird, it's evil. Weird is like you still watch SpongeBob at like 45 years old. That's not really weird. I don't know, but you know what I mean. It's not weird. It's fucking evil is what it is. I don't even have no words for her at all, and it's not somebody who did this off the streets. Facts. It's my own dad. I would say it hurt, but I'm not. No, it's okay to hurt, and it's okay to feel all the feelings that you feel. You know, it's totally normal, and I hope that she doesn't suppress these emotions, because you suppress these emotions and they're going to affect you going forward. Bottling those emotions up and not allowing yourself to process those emotions and heal from the trauma that happened to you is only going to stunt your growth, and is only going to make you more angry and cause you to hold resentment. You know, you can't effectively move on when you harbor those negative emotions, because they're always going to bubble up to the surface, and it's not going to be good. I don't even feel hurt. I feel numb. That's bad. And I don't accept your sorry. You didn't even apologize, just said sorry. And I hate the fact that you didn't even believe me when I told you I didn't have the money. I got bruises all over my body. My whole face is sore. Can't even eat no food. There is no coming back from this at all. I'll never forgive you. I don't care what you say or do. Oh my God. This is so unfortunate, bro.
Like, y'all can stop and read it.
So
and
unfortunate.
I see some of y'all saying he was a bad dad. Yeah, me and my dad had a great bond. But, like, Dad was out of hand.
It just shows you his true character. He puts money above you. His firstborn, the one that he loves so much, he loves money more than you. Sad. Super sad. He loved you so much that he treated you like a nigga off the streets. A rando. A random. Hell nah, nigga.